Hi, I'm Mark Busier, Vice President of Engineering U.S. Production for Orion, one of the Orion OGS or Orion old guys. The Orion family has always been strong, and I am proud to be a part of it. I started Orion in 1984 and was pretty much the sole engineer for all the electronics right up until about 1997 when I left. And I am responsible for all of the electronic end of Orion. It's about being designed and produced in America. We started Orion in the beginning primarily to bring a whole new type of entertainment to the automotive industry. Back in the late 70s and early 80s, they wouldn't let us cruise central in our race cars anymore. So the only way to go out and pick up chicks was to have really kick-ass car stereo. Hence, I got into the car audio business to be the biggest, baddest amplifier company there was in the world. That was our goal. And we did it with American-made, really high power amplifiers, and we all came from basically race car backgrounds, which is why high current Class A amplifiers, NT amplifiers, all the stuff that just really kicked ass came to be. The whole point was to be better than everybody else. It's my mission to bring back U.S. production for car audio. We have resurrected the NT series amplifiers, which was probably the highest quality, sound quality amplifier that we ever had. Next, we're going to bring back the old high current HCCA line of amplifiers built here to bring back that whole series of ultimate power and build them back in America. And I've spent time with Jack bringing back the NT series amplifiers. They're going to be available here real shortly in May. And the next thing we're going to do is HCCA amplifiers. The NT series amplifiers, the new ones, are actually a little better than the old ones were. And we anticipate doing the same thing with the HCCA amplifiers because there's better technology available now than there was back in the 80s and 90s. We're going to improve all of that to make them better than they were, more reliable, and last longer. In the beginning, my national sales manager came to me and he said, if you could build an amplifier and cost didn't matter, what would you do? And I said to myself, well, I'm going to build an NT amplifier, a dual power supply, 2-channel amplifier with plenty of power supply to drive any kind of a load. And I'm going to design an amplifier section that will essentially drive anything. A fully capacitive load, a fully inductive load, or a resistive load, all at the same amount of power, and have, as opposed to a voltage feedback circuit for controlling the amplifier and the feedback loop, I'm going to do it with current mode. And what that does is that reduces the output of the impedance of the amplifier to virtually zero. And you can demonstrate that to yourself simply by taking an NT amplifier with no input signal, hooking it up to a woofer, and try to push the cone. If you do it with a standard amplifier, it's pretty easy. You can move a woofer around in its basket. But if you do it with an NT amplifier, you're going to feel quite a bit of resistance. And that's the amplifier trying to control the speaker. And one of the biggest problems with most amplifiers is they have a higher output impedance, which gives them more error. The other thing that's really unique to an NT amplifier is they have actually balanced inputs, which is what is used in the whole professional world. All audio is balanced. It makes it noise immune. You get better signal to noise, no hiss, shh, none of that. NT amplifiers in that way are extremely unique compared to virtually every other amplifier that I've ever seen on the market. And that's what made an NT amplifier better than anything else. What you end up with is exceptional sound quality, incredible musical accuracy, and something that's just unparalleled. After I left the car audio industry, I went to work for a company on semiconductor. While I was there for 5 years, they put me in charge of their audio transistor portfolio that was for all audio applications. And one of the products I developed while I was there was a product called Thermal Track. And it's actually an output transistor with a bias diode built into it in the same package. And one of the things that we did when we brought back resurrected NT amplifiers was we switched the output transistors to that new thermal track part, which makes it actually better than they were when they were originally built. That's the only change that's been done to it. All the capacitors are still way more capacitance that they need. That's what gives a solid, tight bass. But because they have thermal track parts in them, they're better matched, and it's just going to be a better performing amplifier long term. It's something to look forward to. We're building them. They're coming out in May, and step right up. Get the best. Thank you for being part of the Orion family. Contact us today at family@orioncaraudio.com with any questions.